All right, so we're going to start this class today in child's pose. So completely up to you if you prefer a wide-legged child's pose with your arms stretched out in front, if you want knees together and maybe your arms can go behind. You can rest your head on little fists or on a block if they don't reach the ground. Just make it really nice and comfortable for your neck. And of course, if child's is not your jam today, you're not really feeling it, feel free to start any way that you like. This is your practice after all. Wherever you're at, just closing down the eyes, taking a few breaths, a few moments to settle, to arrive in your space. It might feel good to take a couple of breaths out through the mouth if you want to really let go of any tension or any leftover tightness from your sleep. If you need to just let it out, feel free. Just really give yourself the space, not just now, but throughout your whole practice, just to listen to your body, tune in with what's going on for you. The mind might be busy, you might have lots of distractions around you at home. You might have a particular sensation or tightness somewhere in the body that really stands out to you today. You might be carrying a particular mood or emotion. We're not here to judge, to change, to set ourselves any expectations. We're just here today to acknowledge what's going on, to give ourselves a bit of space, to hold that space for ourselves. Just to take a bit of time to flow, to be present, to move the body. Cultivate a little bit of peace to start our Sunday. And start to notice the breath a little more. Maybe it's starting to become a little deeper as you settle in this pose. And notice how the breath is feeling this morning. And in your child's pose, notice where you feel the breath. It might not be as obvious in the front of the torso where we normally feel or focus our breath on. You might feel it in the spine, the back of the ribs, back of the heart. I also invite you to think about what child's pose represents for us in our practice in yoga. It's a place of rest, a place of safety that we can come back to anytime we need to. It's a pose that, to me, symbolizes nurturing. That moment where we decide that we need to rest, we need to pull back, we need to be still for a moment, and we drop back to this pose. And it's this kind of energy that I'd like you to bring into your practice and bring into your consideration of yourself today. This listening to the body, the mind, the breath. Noticing when you need to pull back, when you need to rest, when you need to just be still with yourself. And that energy that this pose, this child's pose represents, applying it to yourself. Nurturing yourself today with your practice. Just taking a couple more breaths here. But in your practice, your Ujjayi breath, that slight constriction at the back of the throat, you can start to engage that. Feel the breath lengthen, maybe feel it somewhere else in the body. And in your own time, taking 3 more breaths. Nice and easy breaths, filling up the body, filling up the lungs, the heart. 2 more breaths. And take 1 more full breath in your own time. And then very slowly start to come up to your hands and knees when you're ready. Stretch out the legs a little if you need. And then bring your shoulders directly over your wrists and just start to flow through your cat-cows, breathing in to drop the belly and lift the heart. And breathing out to round the spine. We're starting to bring a bit of movement into the upper body. If you like, moving through the hips, the side body, the head. Moving forward and back if you need to move the legs a little more after being in child's pose. And just take 1 more round of cat-cow in your own time. And then we'll bring it back into a neutral position. Wait until your left hand. Breathe in, lift the right arm high. As you exhale, thread that right arm behind the left and drop the right ear to the earth. Feels comfortable, start to walk the left fingertips out in front. And just let the upper body get heavy. Rest down onto that right arm. Two more breaths here. Just noticing how the body feels, what you feel here. One more breath. Start to bring that left hand back in toward the face and inhale the right arm high, come back up. Exhale, setting it back down on the mat. Weight into that right hand, inhale the left arm high. Exhale, threading it behind the right, dropping left ear down. Walking the right fingertips out in front. Letting the upper body get heavy. Noticing the sensations in the body. Two more breaths here. One more breath. Bring the right hand back in towards you and inhale, left arm high. Open yourself back up. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the ground. You're gonna sit back onto the heels. Now, if this isn't comfortable, feel free just to sit cross-legged. We'll take a breath in, lift the arms up. Exhale, lean over to the right side. Take a breath in here. And a breath out. Inhale, lifting back up, lift the arms. Exhale, lean to your left side. Really reach the right arm high, breath in. Soften on the breath out. Inhale, lifting both arms back up. Exhale, twist to your right side. Left hand, right knee. Right fingertips on the ground behind you, maybe the lower back if you can't reach. Just let the spine ring out. One more breath here. Inhale, back to center, lift the arms up. Exhale, twisting to your left side. Opposite hand to knee, ring out the spine. See if you can relax the shoulders. And take one more breath here. Inhale, back to center, lift the arms up. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Just take a moment to roll the shoulders back, stretch the arms away, and open the front of the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, soften the shoulders back, and lift the gaze slightly. One more breath here. Inhale, release the arms back up overhead. And then exhale back into child's pose. Stretch the arms forward, soften down. Taking a full breath in here. A full breath out. Inhale back up to your tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath and exhale, lifting up into downward dog. Stretch the back of the legs. Inhale, shift forward to a plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. And exhale back to downward dog. Inhale, drop the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes, exhale back into child's pose. One of my favorite flows. We'll move with the breath. Inhale to tabletop. Tuck the toes, exhale, lifting to downward dog. Inhale forward to high plank. Exhale, shift back, downward dog. Inhale, drop the knees down to the ground. And exhale back into your child's pose. Inhale up to the knees. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale forward to high plank. Exhale back into downward dog. See if you can match your movement to your breath. Inhale, drop the knees. And exhale back into your child's pose. One more round. Moving to your own breath. Inhaling to tabletop. Exhaling to your downward dog. If you move faster or slower than me, that's totally fine. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale to drop the knees to the ground. And exhale, meeting back in child's pose. Take 3 full breaths here. Two more. One more breath. Inhale back up to your tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath and exhale, lift back to downward dog. And then inhale, start to walk towards the top of the mat. Nice and slow. Coming into your ragdoll when you get here, catching your opposite elbows. Nice bend in the knees so the belly connects with the thighs. And then really let the head and the neck go. Give it a little shake or a nod if it helps. But really release all of that tension, that holding shape in the back of the neck. If it feels good for you, feel free to sway a little side to side. Find a way to release the upper body, let the spine stretch out. A couple more breaths, yeah. And then coming back to center, releasing the arms, slowly rolling all the way up to standing. In your own time, stack the spine, roll the shoulders back a couple of times, and then forward a couple of times. And then we'll find our Tadasana at the top of the mat, so feet either together or hip distance apart, your choice, but really ground into the earth here. Bring the arms by the side, shoulders back, nice and tall through the crown of the head. Close down the eyes, take a full breath. And starting with a sun salutation, inhale, lift the arms up, lift the gaze. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Plant your hands, inhale back into a high plank. And for this first one, let's drop the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows down to the belly. Inhale to a little baby cobra to start. Lighten the fingers. Exhale back to the earth. Push into the palms, squeeze the belly, inhale to the knees. And then tuck the toes, exhale, lift back into a downward dog. Remember, if child is preferred here, to drop into child's instead. It's always there when you need it. One more breath here. Inhale, walk, step or hop, top of the mat. Exhale to fold. Move with your breath. Inhale, half lift. Stretch out that spine. Exhale, back down. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Weight forward in the toes. Exhale, fall back down. Keep a bend in the knees if you need. Inhale, plant the hands back to plank. More advanced yogis, keep the knees up if you like, or drop the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows. Either to the floor or halfway. Inhale, pressing up to cobra or upward dog. And then exhale, back to the knees. Tuck the toes, lift back into your downward dog. Option to drop into child's if you prefer here. Listen to your body. One more breath. Inhale, walk, step or hop, top of the mat. Exhale to fold over the legs. Let the head go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Firm through the feet. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take one more sun salutation. Inhale, lift the arms up. See if you can follow your breath. Exhale, fold forward. You know where we're going. Inhale, half lift, belly off the thighs. Exhale, back down. Plant the hands, inhale, step or hop back to plank. Option to drop knees or stay lifted. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway up to the belly. Inhale, lift up into up dog or cobra, shoulders back. And then exhale, squeeze belly to spine, lift the hips back into your downward dog. Two more breaths here. Pressing through the finger pads, evenly across all toes. One more breath. Inhale, walk, step or hop, top of the mat. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's close down the eyes for a moment. Connect thumbs to the center of the chest. Feel into the connection of the feet into the earth. See if you can feel your heart. Listen to your breath. Take one more full breath, fully present. And then soften the gaze. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold back down. From here, inhale, step the left foot back, all the way on the mat. Nice long lunge. And then exhale, drop the knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And then exhale, straighten the right leg and fold forward over that leg. If you need blocks or anything here, you can grab them. We're going to flow a little here. So as you inhale, bend the knee, use the core, lift the arms up. And then exhale, straighten the right leg, folding forward. Just to the fingertips. Inhale, bend that knee, lift the arms and drop the hips. Exhale, straighten the right leg, fold forward. Let's go two more. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the arms. Exhale, straighten and fold. Last one. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the arms up. Exhale, straighten the right leg, fold forward. We're going to hold here. So if you need any kind of prop, blocks, books, whatever you've got handy under the hands, you can grab those. If you can, flexing the right toes back towards you. Finding a comfortable edge in the back of the leg, noticing what's going on in that right leg. Being mindful not to round the spine too much. Try and keep the spine long. Two more breaths here. And one more breath. Inhale, bending back into that right knee, walk the hands forward. And then as you exhale, right hand inside the right foot, heel toe that foot out to the edge of the mat. Into your lizard pose. You're going to firm down into the hands. If you need a bit of height here, grab some props. And as you take a breath in, push into the arms, lift the heart forward. As you exhale, bend the elbows. You don't have to drop very low. as low as you want to drop here. Inhale to lift the heart back up. Exhale, bend the elbows, soften the heart forward. One more, inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, fold and bend the elbows. Now, if you're able to come down to your elbows on the ground, this is the time. If you want to keep your arms straight, or if you need more height, feel free to stay up on those hands. We're just holding here for a few breaths. Pressing into that right heel and the left knee, just to give a little lift to that hip. So the hips stay even. 2 more breaths wherever you are. One more breath. As you inhale, coming back up to the hands. And then exhale, heel toe that right foot back into the center of the hands. Your right hand back outside. We're going to tuck the left toes under and lift that back knee. If you're not really feeling a high lunge today, feel free to keep that knee down. Otherwise, inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Anytime you need to, drop that back knee if you like. Inhale, open to a cactus. Spread the arms out. And then exhale, bring the hands back to heart. Inhale, open the arms, open the heart space. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, open. Little back bend if you like, open the heart. Exhale, hands to heart, close it in. One more, inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, reach the arms straight overhead. As you exhale, open to your warrior 2, back foot spin sideways. Bend into that front knee. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse the warrior back. Exhale, little side angle, reaching forward with the left arm, right arm to that thigh. Inhale, take it back to reverse warrior. Exhale, forward to that side angle, right arm on the thigh. Left arm reaches forward. One more, inhale, reach back. And then exhale to your side angle. Inhale up to your warrior 2, arms wide. And then exhale, straighten that right leg. Spin the toes sideways on the mat. So you're in a nice wide-legged pose. Take a breath in, reach the arms. Exhale, start to fold forward, straight down the midline. And bring the hands to the earth, to blocks, whatever you need here. If the hands reach the earth, you can start to bend the elbows back and soften the head down towards the ground. Keep the feet active. And just take a moment of pause here. Check in with yourself. How is the breath flowing? What does it feel like? What's happening in the back of the legs? What sensations stand out to you the most? Just a couple more breaths here. See if you can just be present with the body, with the breath. One more. And inhale to a half lift, stretch the spine out. Exhale, fall back down. Squeezing through the inner thighs. Inhale all the way up, arms out wide. Spin the right toes forward. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Back to warrior two. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Plant the hands. Inhale, step back into your plank. Option to drop your knees here. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, lifting up into your cobra, your up dog, whatever you choose. Exhale, making your way back to downward dog. And just taking one full breath. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, foot to buttocks, open the hip. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bring that shin through to your pigeon pose. Dropping the right knee behind the right wrist. Releasing that back leg out a little longer. If you need a block, a rolled up blanket, towel, cushion under that right glute, you can grab that now. And we're going to take a breath in to lift the heart. And then exhale to fold forward. Maybe you stay up on hands today. Maybe you're on the forearms. Maybe you're all the way down into the ground. But remember, there is no judgment, no expectation for what you should look like in each pose. Instead, I just want you to be present, to notice the breath, to notice all those different sensations that you can feel in the body. Notice when a new thought pops up in the mind, starts to take you on a journey, take you away from this place. Notice that moment when you can bring yourself back to the breath. We're just here to observe, to be curious and learn from ourselves. Be students of every kind in our practice. See if you can soften the body a little more. Breathe a little deeper. For 3 more breaths. 2. And take 1 more full breath. And then inhale, start to lift the heart, walk the hands in, and take weight into those hands. Tuck the left toes under and lift the left knee. And you can either go straight back to downward dog, or if you want, stretch that right leg back up behind you just to stretch the right leg out. But meet back in downward dog. And then drop the knees down to the earth. And come back into a child's pose. Knees can be together or wide. Arms can be forward or back, your choice. Just taking 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Inhale your way back to tabletop. Plant the hands, tuck the toes under, exhale to your downward dog. And then inhale, walk, step or hop, top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Firm through the belly. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold back down. This time, other side. Inhale, step the right foot all the way back. And then drop the knee to the earth. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, straighten the left leg to fold forward. See if you can make the movement all in one. Inhale, bend the left knee, lift the arms up. Challenges your balance. Exhale, straighten the left leg, fold forward. Keep the core engaged. 2 more. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the arms. Look up. Exhale, straighten and fold. Soften the heart. 1 more. Inhale, bend and lift. Exhale, straighten and fold. Holding here now. So if you need anything under the hands for more height, grab it now. Notice when the spine starts to round, can you pull the sternum, the heart forward instead? Maybe you can tell immediately that one side's a little tighter than the other. And wherever you feel that tension, send the breath to. Two more breaths here. One more. Slowly inhale, bend that left knee, walk the hands forward. And then exhale, the left hand inside the left foot. Heel toe the left foot to the edge of the mat, into your lizard. Hands should be in line with that left foot. Take a breath in to lift the heart forward through the arms. And then exhale to bend the elbows, little dip. Maybe you don't go very far, it doesn't matter. Inhale to lift back up, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows straight back, fold forward. 1 more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the elbows. If you're coming all the way down, come down onto the forearms. If you're staying on hands, then straighten the arms and lift back up to hands. Wherever you're at here, notice the sensations in the hip. Maybe it's the right hip, maybe it's inside the left hip, outside the left hip. Maybe you can feel a lot of weight in the hands, on the wrists or the elbows. And see if you can step into that left heel, the right knee a little firmer to spread that weight out. Couple more breaths here. Every thought that comes into the mind, see if you can catch it, notice it. And when it's possible, let it go. One more breath here. Wherever you are, inhale your way back up to your hands. And then exhale, heel toe that foot back in between both hands. Again, your choice here to keep the back knee lowered or tuck the right toes under and lift the back knee. When you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up to your lunge. And then exhale the hands to heart. Strong legs here. Inhale, open to your cactus, open the heart, the elbows. Exhale, close it back into the heart. Inhale to open. Broad collarbone. Exhale, hands to heart, close it in. 2 more. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale, open. Exhale to close. Inhale, lift the arms straight up. Exhale, open to your warrior 2. Coming up to join us if that back knee was down. Find your warrior 2 stance, nice bend in that front knee. And then flip your front palm, inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale to side angle pose, left elbow to left thigh, right arm overhead. Flowing back, inhale to reverse. Exhale, side angle. Reach the right fingers forward. 1 more, inhale, floating back to reverse. Exhale to side angle. Inhale, back up to warrior 2, arms wide. Exhale, straighten the front leg, spin the toes sideways. Take a breath in. Exhale to fold forward. Second time in this pose, I want you to notice the difference, if there is any. Maybe the back of the legs feel a little bit more open. Maybe the breath is still catching up. Maybe the upper body is a little heavier, a little easier to fold. Maybe your elbows bend a little more than they did on the other side. Giving yourself space here to notice what's going on in the body, the mind, the breath. Just for a couple more breaths, a couple more moments. And then take 1 more breath. Inhale up to half lift, stretch out the spine. Exhale to fold back down. Squeeze the legs, inhale all the way up. Spin the left toes forward, exhale, bend back into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot. Ground through the fingers, the hands, inhale back to plank. Your choice, drop the knees, keep them lifted. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest forward, cobra up dog. Shoulders back. Exhale, meet us back in downward dog. And just take 1 breath. Inhale. Fill the lungs. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot to buttocks, open the hip. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring the left shin through to your pigeon. Left knee behind left wrist. Release the back leg long. If you need to bring that left foot in a little closer, if it's too strong, you can bring it further in, further forward is harder. When you're ready, when you're set up, take a breath in to lift the heart. And then exhale to fold forward. Maybe you stay on the hands, the forearms all the way down. Maybe you make fists with your hands to rest your head on or bring a block under your head to really rest through the neck. Whatever your pigeon looks like today, just soften. Don't hold an expectation of yourself. Be conscious of all the things going on in the body. What feels tight, what feels at ease. And see where else you can bring softness into. Can you loosen the jaw? Let go of some of the muscles in the brow, around the eyes. And your shoulders sink a little further away from the ears. And the head and the heart get a little heavier, a little closer to the earth. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Really loosening, softening on the exhales. 1 more breath. Wherever you are, inhale your way back up to the hands. Lift the heart. And from here, we're just going to roll out to that left side. So move any props if you've got them. You're going to swing the legs forward. Oh, if that left leg is a little tight from being bound up, just give it a little shake. We're going to come into our Janu Sirsasana. So bring left foot to inner left, right thigh. If you need a strap here, or you want a strap, you can, or a towel, a blanket, a jumper, whatever, you can grab one. Otherwise, take a breath in, lift the heart. And as you exhale, we're going to fold forward over that right leg. And if your hands don't reach your feet or you don't have a strap handy, feel free just to rest the arms beside the leg. Maybe the palms turn up so that you can really soften here. Without any resistance, just allow yourself to be. Try to keep the spine long, the belly connected to the thigh if you can. Making more space, more openness in the torso rather than closing ourselves off. And just be curious about the body. Maybe the legs feel tight, maybe they're shaking a little. And there's no wrong way for your body to be here. So just take another breath. And then inhale to find a little half lift, halfway up. Stretch the spine out. Exhale, walk the hands in. And then just switch sides. Left leg forward, right foot to the left inner thigh. Line your torso straight over that left thigh rather than inside, and take a breath in, lift up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Again, maybe you hold the leg, maybe you catch the foot, maybe you just rest your arms and surrender to this forward fold. Wherever you're at is completely fine. Maybe the gaze softens a little, the eyes close. Observe the breath here. 2 more. One more breath. Inhale to a halfway lift. Stretch out the spine, and then exhale, walk it back up. Both legs out in front now for our Paschimottanasana, our forward fold. And rather than curling into a little C shape here, We're going to bring a little bend in the knees so the belly can get sandwiched against the thighs. Maybe it's a big bend. See where you're at. And then just start to wriggle the heels out as you feel you're able to. For me, I always end up having a little bend in the knees. I rest my hands under my calves just for a bit of lift. And that helps me keep my belly connected to the thighs so that my spine stays long. So when we curl the spine, the belly retracts from the thighs. And the spine is not as long as it can be. Again, just checking in with yourself, seeing where you're at, what your body is capable of today. Maybe your legs are like mine, a little tighter, they've got a little shake going on. Just finding that acceptance for where you're at today. And we'll take 3 more breaths. Really focus on these breaths. See how slow, how deep you can make them. 2 more. Last breath here. Inhale to a little half lift, stretch the spine out. Exhale, bring yourself back up. We're going to come down onto our backs. So if you have socks, jumpers, things you want to get handy for your Shavasana, grab them now. And then when you're ready, just start to make your way down onto your back. Bend the knees, plant the feet. We're coming into some spinal twists. So take your arms out into your T shape, nice and wide. We'll shuffle hips to the right and then drop the knees over to the left. See if you can keep the knees stacked directly on top of one another and keep those hips stacked directly on top of one another. Turn the gaze back to the right hand. And focus on grounding the right shoulder, as though the whole upper body from the ribs up are trying to connect and stay flat on the ground. So the spine can twist out. Really let go with every breath out. Really soften here. Maybe close the eyes. Just breathe, couple more. One more breath here. On your inhale, bring the knees back to center. Shuffle the hips back to center. And then shuffle those hips up and over to the left side. Drop the knees over to the right. Maybe wriggle that right shoulder blade out a little further. And soften back down with that left shoulder blade. As the heart broadens, the spine rings out. Gaze is towards the left hand. Few more breaths here. And take one more breath. Inhale, bring yourself back to center when you're ready. And then start to bring the knees up into the chest. If you need any other poses here, if you need any inversions, a happy baby, anything for the spine, the body, just take a few moments to bring that into your practice. But otherwise, you can start to release the legs out long, release the arms by your side. If you have a bolster or some pillows or a cushion, you can place them under your knees for a bit of height and a bit of release in the lower back. And whenever you're ready, you can find your way into your Shavasana, your final gentle rest, your relaxation pose. Whatever that looks like for you this morning. Let the eyes close down. And just take a scan through the body. Notice where you're holding on. What muscles haven't quite released to the earth, haven't quite surrendered to this Shavasana. Can you soften through the face, the jaw, the shoulders, the neck? Feel the arms get heavy, the legs get heavy. Observe all of those connections between the body and the earth. The back of the head, the weight in the back of the shoulders, the back of the hips. Through the legs, the heels. Notice that the breath has slipped back into its natural rhythm, its automatic flow. And if thoughts come in, notice that they're there. Notice when they arrive. And then release them. Constantly cleansing the mind of thoughts, clearing some space. And feeling the earth support you from beneath. In your home, your space, know that you are completely and utterly held, supported, safe, at peace. And slowly starting to deepen the breath. Start to bring some small awareness back to the senses, the things you can hear, feel, see, smell. Back to the physical body, the fingers, the toes. Maybe even stretching the arms overhead. And in your own time, rolling out to your right side. The side that allows our body, our mind to reintegrate. Allows our body to return to a state of balance. And just taking this moment to thank yourself, to find gratitude for your practice, your body, your mindfulness, and that nurturing energy that you brought to yourself today. And letting this be the energy that guides you for the rest of your day. In your own time, find your way to your seat. And whenever you arrive, bring hands to heart. Letting the eyes stay closed if it's comfortable. We'll take a final cleansing breath together. Really release whatever you've still got held within you. Big breath in through the nose. And sighing out through the mouth. Lifting the hands up to the third eye, the brow. As we humbly acknowledge this opportunity we have to share the practice of yoga, to connect with one another, to connect with ourselves. Bow the head, surrender mind to the heart with love and gratitude. Namaste.